guys, we just got the ONVO L90 tech launch event. It was over 3 hours long. I watched the entire thing, recorded the entire thing, giving you a summary of that event. Also, don't forget to join our NIO phone giveaway. Link is up here and also down in the pinned comments below. You're signing up for a weekly free newsletter for the best stock picks. All right, let's jump straight in. So William Lee took center stage. He gave everybody good wishes, happy road ahead, wishes everybody to get healthy and things will get better and better. They talked about how the ONVO L60 has reached 52,623 cumulative deliveries. He thanked all the ONVO owners for placing their trust into the brand. And then he reiterated that with the 200K to 300K RMB range of pure EV sales, the ONVO L60 has ranked the top 3 consistently, and then May and June have made monthly all-time highs for 2025. And L60 had extremely high customer satisfaction, all thanks to its leading edge tech. And then he directly quoted the Li Auto L9 for its impact on the large 3-row SUVs. Then they talked about how they interviewed some existing 3-row SUV owners and talked about some of the problems that are occurring, that are happening. And the gist of it is, the big complaint is that there's not enough storage space. Some of the EREV owners, they complain about electric range and also how electricity is much cheaper than gas, so you want to use electricity, but also there's long wait times for charging. The biggest need, more space, more entertainment options, and more ways to get power, and also more quiet cars with no loud engine. So they surveyed over 2,770 owners of large 3-row SUVs, and they came up with the ONVO L90. So they did very in-depth market research. So when it comes to infrastructure, William Lee gave us an update. Right now, they're at 3,400 swap stations, 13,323 superchargers or power chargers, fast chargers, 13,390 destination chargers. NIO has the most chargers for an automobile brand here in China, and they even place chargers in some remote areas. And then they also recently did a pure EV highway 10,000 kilometer test with the ONVO L60. So it was basically only swapping power, no charging, swap batteries, swap drivers. The car does not get any break except for the swapping time. And they drove 10,000 kilometers, and it took them 98 hours, 6 minutes, and 42 seconds to drive 10,000 kilometers. And this was through heavy traffic jams, through 19 provinces, 81 cities. They even drove through like typhoon areas and stuff, just swapping and battery swapping, just battery swapping and changing the driver. That's it. Yeah, very, very amazing. It really validates NIO's battery swap stations on the highway. So when it comes to this new SUV, the ONVO L90, they really needed new tech revolution, and they have reiterated that NIO has invested over 60 billion RMB in R&D over 10 years, and of course, energy infrastructure deployment over the past 10 years to really solve these problems. And to solve the large 3-row SUV problems, full-size large SUV, you have the ONVO L90 with 5,145 millimeters in length, 1,998 millimeters wide, 1,786 millimeters high, 3,110 millimeter wheelbase. There's the animated headlights to represent everything progressing forward, rising, and becoming better. There's a 21-inch wheel with 790 millimeter wide wheels. Titanium soft, light look to the car. The interior has been meticulously designed, every seat with careful attention. It is a large 6-seater or 7-seater configuration. There's 4 types of premium materials, 1,600 colors. There's actual wood inside, and titanium metallic look, premium leather. And then there's 2 types of wood you can choose. There's actually 7 meters of eucalyptus wood per car, and then it's very durable. And then there's also a sapphire wood for its unique pattern. It's also used for instruments. There's elegant interior design to match the angles of the logo. There's all-inclusive safety, active and passive. It's developed under 5-star C-NCAP safety standards. They've done safety tests much higher than the requirements. So it's apparently the test that they've done is much faster than the crash test requirements, with 3.5 10x more kinetic energy were the tests that they've done compared to the national standard. They've also done extensive truck collision testing. All door handles have popped up. They've met every safety metric. Of course, this is all thanks to the ultra-strong aluminum steel frame for full protection with 38,160 Newton meters per degree of torsional strength, 84% aluminum and high-strength steel usage. And then they have a super strength front structure with 650 millimeters of collapsing distance for ultimate safety. The front collision beam uses 7 series aluminum, the strongest, with 80% front coverage. Every door has strong support beams with 2,000 megapascal steel everywhere, protecting the cabin, the battery, and everything. They have like a super large airbag and special emphasis on third row because sometimes you have your kids seated there and you want them to be well protected. There's a full aluminum rear cage for the third row for them to be extra safe. And then also super long 2.9 meter long side airbag reaching the third row to protect the kids as well. So, and this airbag can stay inflated for over 6 seconds. There's 45 active safety features which are standard. This car features the ADB headlights, which are the matrix headlights and can detect cars over 600 meters out. Of course, battery swap is a battery warranty, and battery swap stations can detect a scratch as small as 4 millimeters. The ONVO L90 is the first car to fully solve the 3-row SUV storage problem. Every seat is a VIP. 6 people, 10 suitcases, no pressure at all. Storage spaces in the front and back. There are no cars on the market that can achieve all 3 simultaneously. And with this car, there's up to 85.9% space utilization for cabin and storage. So 85.9% of the space inside the car is for the cabin, the passenger, or storage. This car has a permanent magnet motor, 340 kilowatt, 9.2 kilowatt per liter of rear motor, and then it's equivalent to a high performance V6 engine. It has an ultra thin battery pack, same as the L60, and they have a 4-in-1 e-swap inverter system, which gives them better space for the third row. There's 4,195 space in terms of length space, so lots of leg room, and up to 1,076 millimeters of vertical space inside the car. So they have 180 millimeter wide seats, and then 1,330 millimeter third row height space. So it's pretty high. Like a 1.3 meter tall kid can stand like in the car. Pretty nice. The third row seats also have a 38-degree tilt, and yeah, very, very spacious. Even a 185 centimeter tall dude can sit in the third row with full comfort. There's a total of 670 liters of storage space, double the average of 300 liters for third row SUVs. So the rear of the car has a 430 liters rear storage space, and that's with people sitting in the third row, okay? And then 240 liters of front storage space. So this is achieved thanks to 900-volt architecture, making every interior component smaller. Just the front itself has over 13 patents. Of course, this car has air suspension, which lowers the front. Also, anti-finger squeezing detection. There's a side step that comes out automatically, which can withstand up to 300 kilograms of weight. Very convenient. Also has anti-squeeze detection. All doors have quiet, soft closed doors. This car uses NIO's new seat platform with 13 layers and 15 millimeters of cushioning. You won't feel fatigue in long road trips. And then you can put the seats in zero gravity mode with just a touch of a button. There's seat heating comes standard in all the seats. First and second row seats have active seat cooling ventilation, and then the first 2 rows also have seat massage. The car uses Napa leather. There's microfiber interior roof lining. It maintains normal operations between -40 and 60 degrees Celsius in the car. There's an 8.8 liter fridge which can hold up to 12 bottles. There's dual glass roof at the top of the car with shades. There's sound dampening in many places. double layer glass for much quieter experiences, and 20 and 21-inch Michelin quiet tires. The ONVO sound system has 23 speakers, 2,048 watt speaker system, 7.1.4 Dolby surround sound. Now, the rear-wheel drive version of this car is 340 kilowatt, has 0 to 100 in 5.9 seconds. The all-wheel drive is 440 kilowatt, 4.7 seconds, 0 to 100. 5-link axle rear suspension. Of course, air suspension for the car comes standard and has 100 millimeters of range of motion, which has a 97% reduction in bounces compared to competitors. There's anti-head tilt. It only has a 4.83 degree lean in corners. The total weight of the car is only 2,250 kilograms, which is much, much lighter, about 200 to 300 kilograms lighter than the competitors. And it is actually the lowest in terms of weight compared to other three-row SUVs. The car has only a air drag coefficient of 0.25 CD. They've optimized the air drag coefficient over 107 times to get that number. So they've really worked on getting the best energy efficiency, and with that, they're able to achieve 14.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Extremely high energy efficiency. This is with the 85 kilowatt hour battery pack. You can get 605 kilometers of range, which is absolute bonkers. That's quite a lot. And the idle electric usage is super, super low. If you have the Guardian mode, which is sort of like Sentry mode, turned on, it only uses 1 kilowatt hour per day. And then if you don't use that, with a full battery, the car can be idle for 1,200 days, which is absolutely insane. Of course, this car has 4D millimeter wave radar, 2,048 points of detection, 370 meters of detection range in front. There's a 17-inch big screen with ultra-large HUD. The car features software rear-wheel steering. There's also the 17.3-inch 3K ultra-large rear screen, which also has a remote control that you can use. The car has 5 exterior colors, 3 interior colors. It is still a pre-sale, so the pre-sale price is 279.9 thousand RMB, which is extremely, extremely cheap. That's like the starting price of basically a Model Y. All right, so for the price of Model Y, you can get this car. And then the battery rental, the base price of this car is 193.9k RMB with battery rental. So this is extremely cheap, guys. Holy moly. So right now, you can place down a 2,000 RMB deposit. It's going to be worth 5,000 RMB towards the purchase of the car. And NIO and Firefly owners that buy this car will get 30,000 NIO points. ONVO L60 owners will get 50,000 NIO points when they buy this car. The official launch will be at the end of this month in July, and deliveries early August. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.